Hi, Chris here from McAllister Studios, and today we're going to be replicating the holy grail of vocal compressors, the LA2A, using only stock plugins. I'm in Reaper, so I am using ReaComp, but you can achieve similar results using whatever stock plugin you have in your DAW. And the first thing we need to do is we need to figure out what the settings are of the actual LA2A, because if you look at the LA2A, there's no settings on there at all. It's not adjustable. So looking at the original manual of the LA2A, the attack time is 10 milliseconds. So we can go ahead and plug that into our stock compressor right now. The release time is where it gets a little bit tricky. The first 50% of the release on the LA2A is 60 milliseconds. Then the second half, or the other 50% of the release, ranges between a half a second to 5 seconds, depending on the load that it was under. So it's program dependent based on the audio signal that was going in. So that we're not going to exactly be able to replicate using our stock compressor. But when I was playing with this, I found 600 milliseconds got very close to the release of the LA2A. The ratio is 4:1 on the LA2A. So we can leave that default here because that's what is already there. The knee size. The LA2A operates in a very soft knee range. So when I was playing with this, 9 decibels of knee size got me pretty close to where the LA2A operates. Now, before we start, the only other thing that I have here, I'm routing all my vocals here to a reverb, which I'm using 7th Heaven here on a plate. Now I'm going to put auto makeup gain on for the stock compressor. And I've already checked this, and to match the LA2A, I'm going to use 20 decibels of gain reduction here just to get them pretty close. But you can adjust that threshold to taste when you're compressing your own vocals. So take a look at the gain reduction meter here and see how well the attack and release matches between the two. Here we go.
I suffer now to end this, and for my pain, you get to feel a whisper of my essence, and still you say that I'm the one who's selfish.
All right, I thought that the attack and the release got pretty darn close on the stock compressor compared to the LA2A. Now, the only other thing that we're missing here is that the LA2A is a tube compressor, and that's going to add some harmonic coloration or saturation to the signal. So I'm using my stock saturator here with Reaper, but you can use any saturator and play with the amount of saturation you want to add to it for color. And I found that 50% of saturation here on the JS saturation got pretty close. So with all of these added now, let's take a listen to them by themselves and A/B the compressors between themselves and see how well they sound, because that's most important. How does it sound? So let's start with the LA2A by itself.
I suffer now to end this, and for my pain, you get to feel a whisper of my essence, and still you say that I'm the one who's selfish.
And here is the stock compressor, ReaComp, with saturation.
I suffer now to end this, and for my pain, you get to feel a whisper of my essence, and still you say that I'm the one who's selfish.
And to my ears, those sound pretty darn close together. So if you don't want to pay for an LA2A, you can't afford one, you can't get one, you want to just use your stock compressors, you can use those settings that I gave you now to get really close to an LA2A sound. So if you thought this video was helpful today, I'd appreciate a like and subscribe. And you can drop a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this particular technique. I'll see you next time. Happy mixing.